Hey guys, welcome back to the show match. We're in game number 3 between WhiteRa and Dimaga. This is a BO7 show match, and we spawn on Korhal compounds. The show match is brought to you by SC2Saga.com, and I can't wait to see exactly what Dimaga ends up doing because we have seen him play Ling Bling style against WhiteRa. But after losing game number 1, WhiteRa adjusted his play a little bit and took out Dimaga on Antigua Shipyards. But it was definitely a close game, but it showed WhiteRa saying, okay, you're going to play this strategy, I'm going to start trying to counter it. And we'll see exactly what WhiteRa ends up doing. He did not forge Fast Expand last game, which could put Dimaga also questioning what he is up to, just because WhiteRa has changed it up. And I know, whenever I play against a Protoss as a Zerg, and I don't see them forge Fast Expand, I'm like, oh god. What do I do? It's been so long since I've seen a Protoss player not forge Fast Expanding. All my timings go out the window, and I just am clueless. So we'll see if Dimaga changes up his style since he saw WhiteRa was willing to change up his style. He is sending out that Overlord to scout, and WhiteRa is scouting after that 9 pylon already in Dimaga's base. And doesn't see the pool. And Dimaga has been going for a 15 pool, 15 hatch both games. So we will see if WhiteRa manages to be able to block it this game. And we'll see if the pool goes down at 15. It should be putting down right now. Here we go. Pool goes down at 15. Dimaga can build one more drone. There it is. And we'll see if he ends up getting another drone or he goes straight for the hatch at 15 as well. The probe comes down here to block it. The Overlord does see it. So I think Dimaga, yeah, there goes his 16th drone. This one drone is going to come down, try to force a pylon out of WhiteRa because Dimaga doesn't really want this base yet because he's just getting the extra drones. So he does force WhiteRa to spend 100 minerals, and that kind of tells Dimaga what WhiteRa is up to. It just says, okay, he had 100 minerals floating, and that's not going to be used anytime in the immediate future. WhiteRa going to be going in for a Nexus right after that one forge. Has seen Dimaga, loves delaying the gas, and Dimaga going to be getting his natural all the way down here right now. I don't know if WhiteRa saw that one drone go there. I didn't even see it, so it doesn't look like WhiteRa has. Does come in, sees no gas, and now he is going to be probably checking out down here just to see exactly what Dimaga is doing, because not seeing any gas, not getting hit by Lings, and still Dimaga building drones, does have 2 Lings on the way. He did cancel the 1 pylon here, so Dimaga is going to be taking his 3rd base at 4 minutes, it looks like, and there we go, the 3rd base does get taken. The Queen has already stood, so he's not slowing down the Queen to take this 3rd base. He is just 3 bases at 15 drones. Queen now comes out, and the Queen didn't make any sound. That was a little bit odd. Oh, okay. Obviously, Queen making sound, but oh well. We do have the gateway now finishing for WhiteRa. It looks like he did go for the cannon before that gate. The Nexus now completing, and the Nexus completes around the same time that Dimaga's natural does complete. We do have this one probe down here. Sees it coming, and that one Ling is going to be stopping the probe from doing anything sneaky. The probe just going to be returning back home, it looks like. WhiteRa going to be getting a cybernetics core out. Dimaga just hanging right here, checking out this gas timing. Korhal Compound's a neat map because the Overlord can sit in so many different places. If WhiteRa has the wall going this way and has this spot open, the Overlord can always sit right here, watch the opening, and see if that probe ever comes back. If it doesn't come back, then Dimaga knows to check the towers and check around the bases because there is a probe missing that is going to be throwing up a pylon. Additionally, it can hang out down here and see the gases. And if he doesn't see any gases getting taken, then he knows, okay, it's not going to be any type of Stargate play. Generally, you want to take the gas around 6:30 and 7-minute marks, I think, if you want to go for Stargate. We can see both gases started around the same time here, so he does get an early gas, and at 6 minutes, he is getting his 3rd gas, which is a little bit abnormal. We do not see anything on this forge, so Dimaga is going to be reading this and saying, okay, you're going up on 3 gases. Of course, he doesn't know that. It could still just be 2 gases. And a little cute trick. We do have that one Zealot trying to disrupt mining. And does go down, but it could just be 1 gas up in the main, 1 gas down here. That is always a possibility. A Stalker coming out, forcing the Overlord to go on the high ground. And now the Stalker losing sight of it like it was never, ever there. And Dimaga just looking around. The Overlord has stayed around here, has I'm not sure if he's killed that one probe off. I think he did. No, he has not killed the probe off, but it looks like it returned back home. And of course, Dimaga doesn't have vision of that because WhiteRa has walled going this way and not this way. So that is very nice for WhiteRa to wall that way. Avoids the Overlord from seeing the probe return home. And we have a double Stargate on the way. And does Dimaga see? Yes, he sees the second gas. So he knows, okay, you're at 4 gases at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Something is definitely up. This one Stalker just going around the map. We don't have any sentries. But Dimaga doesn't really have any lings poking up around here. If he didn't see any sentries, sees a second cannon. So Dimaga has to know something is going on. And we have a fleet beacon right next to the Stargate. So I think WhiteRa is going to be doing a carrier-type play. And what is Dimaga getting right now? He is not getting his Evo Chamber. So I don't think he sees this coming. Because generally you would at least want to get an Evo Chamber up to get a few Spore Calls in case it's Phoenix Void Ray. And just one gate. There's definitely something funny going on because of 2 cannons, no sentries, and the early gases. But Dimaga, while he sees it, it doesn't look like... Oh, wait, he does have an Evo Chamber as he is getting Spore Crawlers up. So he does realize, okay, something's going on, getting Spore Crawlers at each base, and doesn't get any at his main, but has the creep connected so the Queens can come in, and the Spore Crawler can always uproot and move. So Dimaga definitely cutting some edges. And will that be the downfall, as we do have 2 carriers on the way. And this one Overlord just hanging out right here. Dimaga not showing any curious signs. He's not really wondering what WhiteRa is doing. The one Overlord sitting right here. It's not really made his mark to move over here so he can go in and sacrifice it to see what WhiteRa is doing. Instead, he's very content leaving it right here, probably watching for Warp Prisms. Zealot is going to go down on that watchtower, and Dimaga again. Maybe he has poked... No, he hasn't poked up because he doesn't see this one pylon. So, again, he doesn't know the sentries were cut. And now he comes in and doesn't see warp gates done at 10 minutes. And now he's trying to break this out. He hasn't seen the Stargate play, but he knows something's up, as this is the only defense WhiteRa has. Going to keep hammering his way through this, trying to bust down the Stalker. And then a force field goes down to keep that Stalker alive. Doesn't see warp gates. And that is pretty big. And again, that one Overlord also didn't see the warp gates coming in. Now, Dimaga finally realizing, okay, something's not right. I don't even see a Phoenix coming out with this one Ling positioned right here. Now, the 2 carriers are going to be marking his way across the map. And we actually had the Cybernetics Core researching +1 air weapons that I didn't point out. I didn't even look at the production tab. You guys probably did. And that is a great bluff because the Overlord was here. It saw the Cybernetics Core spinning. I was like, okay, you're getting Warp Gate research. But it was actually +1 air upgrade. We do have a few Spore Callers being made, and by a few, I do mean 7. Killers, of course, do outrange that. Interceptors do kill Queens relatively quickly, but Spore Callers can kill carriers if carriers are over top of them, as WhiteRa is now moving out, or moving away. He's probably going to be going up into the main, and at this point, I think WhiteRa should target down, and oh my god, we have Dimaga being Dimaga right now, morphing in a lot of Banelings, and that wall is going to be falling. We do have a Zealot going in to hold this, and now WhiteRa is going to be seeing what Dimaga does best, and that is bust down walls. No matter how Baneling-proof a wall looks, it's not Baneling-proof enough. Dimaga does burst through there while the carriers do take out a lot of Overlords. Corruptors are going to be built relatively soon. We do have a Mothership on the way, and that will be very good as it will stop those Lings from killing out WhiteRa's base. As the carriers are now going in to take out Dimaga's base, we kind of have a odd base trade going on. And 2 carriers back here for WhiteRa, going to be cleaning up all the Lings. If this Nexus goes down, which it isn't because Dimaga just targeting everything, has killed all the probes, and now these carriers taking out the Queen. Spore Callers moving in, and the Mothership is going to arrive very shortly. We should have... I thought I saw a Spire. I don't see any Corruptors on the way yet. Maybe I missed them. The carriers did kill them. They have 16 and 8 kills with 41 drones, so I don't think he's really killed any Corruptors. Mike and his carrier back, keeping that alive. Very nice job. And now the Mothership is out. 2 carriers again, protecting his homeland. While we have 2 carriers out here killing off Dimaga's base. Dimaga is still very happily mining off this third base, while WhiteRa no longer mining. We do have a lot of Lings just roaming around the map. Zealous being morphed in, and the Mothership is going to go with the carriers. We do have 10 Corruptors now being made. And 3 carriers going to be supply capping Dimaga, but Dimaga already building 10 Corruptors. And I think 10 Corruptors can beat out 3 carriers, but with 5 carriers and a Mothership, I don't exactly know. And he is getting Void Ray and a carrier because that is all he can afford. No longer has money, cannot even build a probe, but he does have 1 probe mining. We do have a lot of Lings on the way moving across the map. Corruptors out to deal with these carriers. More carriers do arrive, and this one is going to be microed on back. Corruptors are chasing it, will be taking it out. And now this one carrier is going to be falling, but the Mothership is going to come. Is it going to come in time? The carrier microing towards it, and yes! Mothership does get here just in time. And now Dimaga's main is going to be taken out, but we do have Lings going in to take out the Nexus. This one Nexus looks like it may be falling. One carrier coming back to deal with these Lings as WhiteRa is taking out Dimaga's base, but Dimaga has been mining all of this time. And as long as Dimaga can manage to take out that Mothership, he will be just fine. It looks like instead he is going for the carriers because he is under Spore Crawlers, which do grant him vision, and one carrier doesn't even fall there. But the Nexus has fallen. This one carrier trying his best to kill all the Lings. Doesn't even have money right now to rebuild Interceptors, and that is absolutely huge because now the Interceptors are going to be falling. It's just the AI killing off Interceptors with the Spore Crawlers and everything, and those, again, are not being rebuilt. That carrier has 3 Interceptors, 7 Interceptors. 1 Interceptor. Those carriers are now gonna be worthless. And without the money to rebuild Interceptors, WhiteRa is gonna be losing this game. All he has is this 1 Void. You can see these 2 carriers don't even have Interceptors to kill the Corruptors. Dimaga will be taken out in that game, and that was a marvelous game, and I can't believe Dimaga even won that game when WhiteRa kind of went for what I thought would be the hard counter against Ling Bling play, but Dimaga showing us, okay, I can do a little bit of a Mondragon style. You're going to go air on me, you're going to have no ground. I'm going to build enough Banelings to wipe out the Great Wall of China you have going on, and then just run into your base and kill all your dudes. And that's exactly what Dimaga did. Without the dudes, WhiteRa couldn't build the Interceptors, which meant he had no damage, which meant Dimaga would eventually overrun the carriers. Very, very well played. We will be going into the next game. So hope you've enjoyed it thus far, and stay tuned